What's up? You've made it to video 4, simple front-end components with JSS. So I've already created a hero component, and I'm going to create another simple component and add styles to my hero component. So I'm going to back out of my connected mode and just start my front-end app back up. I don't need to be connected right now. It's just a added layer of complexity while I'm creating these components. I'm going to do all this in the front end right now, so I'm going to focus on the front end. There's going to be a lot of styling in this video. I'll try to go quickly through that because I really want to focus on just like building for Sitecore. So here I go. I'm going to scaffold out my footer component using the JSS scaffold command. And I want to point out again that there's 3 spots that you really got to think of when you create a component. One is the actual component file, which is in src components, and then whatever you name your component, there'll be an index.js file in there. And then there's your definition file. This is also super important because these are the editable fields that you're setting up in Sitecore. And then in your front end, this YAML file, your routes is also important. So it's those 3 things you really need to set up in order to get them to display on the front end for JSS in a React app. So here I'm just adding some class names. I'm going to render out this footer. So starting with a really simple component, I'll add, I might have mentioned it earlier, where it's already using Bootstrap as a UI framework. So all of the classes that come with Bootstrap are available to you right out of the gate with the JSS app. So I'm going to throw some CSS in for my footer. Take a quick look. It's got a brown background now, black text, simple copyright message. I'm also going to add in a Google font just to zhuzh up the style a little bit. Defining some heading weights, defining a default weight. Cool. Looks like the font's in there. Just kind of playing with some ideas. I'm also going to update my local content to match what I've got in Sitecore now. So I got this copy from the marketing team, and I want it to match as I'm developing the front end so the layout is accurate. So I'm just updating my local content file for that. Cool. So that's all updated. And then I'll go back into my hero component, add a container. My goal for this piece is, your kind of generic marquee, right? So big background image, text overlaying. That's what I'm trying to make right now. So I'll define my container rules. Pretty simple. Not doing anything too complicated. I definitely like to take a mobile first approach. So I'll build my rules to focus on the mobile display first. So I won't make very big fonts or anything like that until I get to a larger display. So I'm just setting up my content, kind of scaling down my browser as a quick smoke test to see that layout's working. So for the sake of brevity, and this video could get really long if I was going like even double time with these styles. So I'm speeding it way up, at like 10,000%. So if you want to like slow the video down, or if you have any questions, if you want the actual code base for this, I don't know why you would want that, but feel free to leave a comment or whatever. Say, hey, link me to a GitHub or something. But I prefer that you, instead of copying my styles here, you should like write your own Bootstrap component. Wire up the fields that you want to wire up. That's how you're going to learn the most. That's how I learn. So I feel that approach works really well. But hopefully you're getting some value out of this video, just seeing my process. So yeah, that is all done for those styles. So what I want to do here is like deploy this back into Sitecore. This is another test. Just as I'm building my front end app, that I didn't do anything weird, break anything for the import process or anything like that. So I'm gonna log back into Sitecore. I've already run the deploy command, so I'm going to check the content editor and see if my footer's in there. Everything is as expected before I continue developing. So yeah, it definitely looks like my font is in there. My new footer piece the component I created is in there, and all that stuff is still editable. So great. I mean that works for me. If you've stuck along with the video so far, awesome. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go all the way through, styling a couple more components and then deploying them out to Sitecore. So stay tuned.